Hi everyone, this week's video is not about a question that I was asked personally, but a question that I saw go around as a topic in a Tourette's group that I'm part of on Facebook. Sorry, my facial tics are a little more prominent today for some reason. But I saw somebody ask the group if they would want their tics to be acknowledged by the people around them. And I sat there for a minute and I really had to think about that because it's a really great question, and it's really something that's kind of tricky to answer, I would think. Because clearly I don't want people around me to stare at me, laugh at me, point at me, whisper about me, etc. All of those things, because that only makes it worse and it makes me feel that much more uncomfortable. But at the same time, I said in one of my very early videos, I don't want somebody to pity me either, and I want to be treated normal, and I want to be treated like everything that I'm doing is normal. So you're kind of in between a rock and a hard place when you ask that question, I think, because of for at least for me personally, for those two reasons as to why I wouldn't want somebody to acknowledge my tics. But with all of that said, that doesn't mean that I don't like when somebody asks if I'm okay. Say, like my friend that knows I have Tourette syndrome, or my parents, another family member, my husband. If I'm ticcing really bad, they tend to just ask me quietly, or just ask me out in the open. I really don't care if I'm all right, and that is perfectly okay with me because I like when people check in on me. Obviously, I would prefer somebody to be worried about me, but at the same time, I don't want them to be overly concerned because I know I'm always okay. But I have bad days. I have tic attacks that I sometimes do need somebody to pull me out of because it's getting so bad that it's hard for me to pull myself out of it. And so that's when a time when somebody asks me if I'm okay, sometimes it kind of shocks my brain. It doesn't make me stop ticking necessarily, but I feel like sometimes it gives my stomach or my eyes or whatever I'm taking with just a very minor break. But like I said, I don't want people to... I've been in situations where I feel like I've seen people staring at me from afar or trying really hard not to stare at me when they know that I have Tourette's, and I think that's what they're battling with their mind. I think they're trying to decide if they should say something to me or if they should just leave it alone or if I am okay. And that's like I said, when I appreciate it, because asking if I'm okay, not necessarily the staring part. It's okay. I think when it comes down to it, and if you're somebody watching this right now that does not have Tourette syndrome, and you know somebody that does, or know somebody that tics a lot real bad, for me personally, in my case, I would say that you're okay just asking if they're all right. Don't sit and stare at them. That's just going to make the tics worse. It's going to make the nerves worse. It's going to make their brain tell them that it's that much worse and what they're doing is weird or anything like that. As I've talked about in my past videos, anxiety and stress and everything makes it worse. And if I know somebody's staring at me, that stresses me out, that gives me anxiety, and that just makes me tic that much worse. So for me, I would rather you come over and ask me if I'm okay in a polite manner, and especially if you have genuine concern. If you don't have genuine concern for the person, I would say leave it alone, let them do what they need to do, and walk away. Don't stare at them. Don't cause a scene, because they probably already feel like they are causing a scene, and that's a hard barrier to get through when you have Tourette syndrome, especially in the public and especially around other people, and especially if you already think people are staring at you. That's really all I have on that topic. This is a shorter video, which I guess would probably be good for most of you watching. They're not as long as my other ones. It's kind of a hard question to talk about, but I did think it was something that was important to touch base with. So I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I am trying to get really on top of all of my Tourette's awareness and everything else right now. Life has been busy the past few months. I was actually studying to get my personal training certification. As you saw in my last video, how much I talked about how exercise has helped me so much, and I've found such a love for it. I decided I wanted to become a personal trainer to try and help other people that much more. And I'm happy to say that I did pass my test 2 Fridays ago, right before I went on vacation. So that's very exciting. So that has been taking most of my concentration. So now I am ready to get back on top of these videos and be on top of my Facebook page. So if you haven't already, go to One Tick at a Time on my Facebook page, and go ahead and give it a like and follow on there, because I'm starting to share much more awareness and much more facts and everything else about Tourette syndrome as well. And as always, if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to ask me, reach out to me. I would love to make a video about the question or the topic that you're interested in. And please, above all else, please like, subscribe, and share this video to all of your friends and family to help me continue to spread awareness about Tourette syndrome, because I really feel like they're starting to make a difference, and that means more to me than you guys could ever possibly know. So thank you. Please continue to help me out, and please continue to share and spread awareness out there. Until next time.